Hey guys, it's Magenta Lion and Faxy. Say hi, Faxy.
Howdy.
Hello, my fellow anthros. We are in some trying times. We have lost Furdu, Anthrocon, Midwest Fur Fest, a ton of other of our sacred furry events. So in these trying times, what else are we to do? But maybe share some Boozytails. This is Boozytails. This will be one of many where I make a drink and we try and forget these interesting times we now find ourselves in. Maybe we can forget all of 2020. I digress. Today, we'll be having Faxy on. He is a 6'5" kitty of a ball of fun. He has a one wheel, which is this weird little motorized vehicle he zips around on. And we're going to get to know him, see how he's doing. Well, time for our first cocktail. This one involves some Alizé. Alizé in Australia is an interesting drink. Some Malibu. Well, Malibu goes with everything. Everyone knows Malibu. It's great. And we got some vodka. And we're doing the white cream de cocoa. And then to mix it off, some pineapple juice. Everyone loves a bit of pineapple juice, right? For this cocktail, you'll need your mixy thing. It has a proper name, but it's my mixy thing. Some ice cubes. One for good measure. And then one, and I let this, that is broken up. It adds to the emulsifying of the drink. It's pretty cool. I learned that when I was in a bar. I may have been working it, but I'll never tell you that I was working at the bar. Okay, we will need 45 mils or an ounce and a half for you guys. It's very simple. 30 mils is 1 ounce. So half of 30 is 15, which is half an ounce of pineapple juice. I like pineapple juice. It's very versatile. It goes a lot of places and it makes certain things taste a lot better. Well, it's not a lie. 15 mils of vodka of your white cream cocoa, which is a yummy mummy. Unless you are a mummy, in which case make sure you're of the legal drinking age and whatnot. Malibu, we will put in 45. And then 2 ounces or 60 mils of our Alizé. I really like Alizé. You can make a whole bunch of stuff with it. I'll show you one day a jelly bean. It's so good. That's like Alizé and lemonade, but hey, it's pretty nice. Right. Once you've done that, you start to mix it. We get our glass that has been chilling. I'm going to strainer. These things. The idea is to keep the ice out of your drink. So what we'll do, we will double strain this drink. One keeps the big ice out, the other one keeps the little ice out. And there you go. The Shark Lagoon. Funny story about this drink. We were here drinking. Interesting. It's almost like it's a boozy tale. And one of my friends is like, I feel like there's not enough shark-related stuff. I was like, what do you mean? Well, he goes, like, you know, the community is more focused on the furry sides. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't have the data to back that up. How about I make you a Shark Lagoon? And this was invented that very night. Okie dokie. Let's do some tasting notes. It presents well. It has this nice aroma you kind of get there. That's how I sit. Look at the foam. I love foam. Foam in a cocktail just completes it. Or it spoils it for some people. You really get the pineapple. But the first is the Alizé, which is in itself a weird drink. It's blue, but when it mixes with the pineapple, the Midori, it changes, kind of really smooth, textured, really nice. And then the cream de cocoa follows it up quite nicely. And it ends up being a beautiful drink. Well, I hope Faxy enjoys this one. It's going to be interesting watching him drink it in his fursuit, but what to do. Okay, let's introduce the first guest of the show and the first furry to sit in the couch. Faxy! Faxy, how did you rate the drink? Just out of curiosity, because I made it.
It's like a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. I'll drink to that.
It's above average.
Cool. So tell us a bit about yourself, Faxy. How did you come to be Faxy? A 6'5" giant panther? Excuse
me, I'm like 6'3", but yes. Basically, the character design came from FURRY'S 2017 when I first joined the furry fandom and decided to just go on a wing. I didn't have a persona at the time, but I saw a sticker by Toxie, an artist from Australia, of a panther, and I was like, that's going to be my first persona. So I then paid a artist to create a ref sheet, and I basically gave them the guidelines of I want black and pink, and they made this.
And this was born. Who made your suit?
So the suit maker is the wonderful Wild Dog Works. Originally, their name before that was the Lucky Dog Studios, but they changed it to Wild Dogs Works as of recently. And
Wild Dog, they're in Brisbane, aren't they?
Yes, they're a local furry, like Australian furry fursuit maker, and they've made a lot of really good suits. A lot of people in fact, even in this household have one.
Yes, that is indeed true. And look, just looking at it, it is beautiful to behold. Yes. And your Twitter loves it too, don't they?
Yes.
So, how long have you been in the furry fandom?
Since FURRY'S of 2017 is how long I've been active. I've been lurking for a long time, but never really interacted until I met a friend who happened to be going to FURRY'S 2017 and decided to invite me, and I kind of just threw everything in the wind and traveled there and met a whole bunch of cool people, and yeah, I've been going since then.
FURRY'S is, of course, one of the many cons that we have lost this year due to the coronavirus.
Yes.
Rest in peace, and hopefully 21 comes home.
I wouldn't put too much hope in it, to be honest.
Yeah. Anyway, we can hope. But yeah, that's the Brisbane con. Nice.
That's the Gold Coast con, one of 3?
One of 3? Yeah, I think
2.
That's true.
Used to be 3.
It changes. I'm sure they'll start a new one.
Probably. FURRY'S is going to continue.
So how many conventions have you been to?
That's a... let's see. FURRY'S 2017, FURRY'S 2018, FURRY'S 2019. HCFC 2017 and... 2018 and 2019. MFC and Convergence twice. And yeah, haven't gone to any other cons outside of the country yet. I'm planning on going to MFF when it starts back up again.
That's really good. That's Midwest Fur Fest?
Yes.
That's another one we lost this year.
We've lost pretty much all of them.
Oh, it makes me sad. But anyway, all these cons you've been going to, tell me about the room parties. Did you go to any of those? Were they any
I've been to some interesting room parties. I think Convergence and MFC hold the more interesting of stories.
Oh, yeah?
That and Furdu. So, Convergence, first year I went, standout room party was, I think somebody had brought their entire like PC build to the hotel room, and there was like some LAN games going on. It was very interesting. And as a side, we stuck a whole bunch of extra large Bad Dragon toys to the ceiling and placed bets on which one would fall last.
And which one was the last to fall?
I don't know the name of them because I'm not a degenerate.
That's a fair call. Hear that, degenerates? Keep your toys out of cons.
We did some sword fights with them because apparently they were literally like bought as a gimmick, because I don't think these were Bad Dragon. They were of other variety, but
yes, one spends 600 AUD on a toy that's a gimmick. I can't afford one.
But yeah, so there was that at Convergence, plus the fire brigades. It was called the Elevator Shenanigans, where I had the fright of my life as I walked into an elevator and it dropped about 0.5 meter, and I was like, I'm gonna die.
It's just rejecting the FurCon, was it?
Most elevators do, especially at Furdu.
Tends to happen when furries go, let's make it a clown car and see how many fursuits fit in an elevator.
Yes. The ones at Furdu are very, very broken. There's actually one specifically, if you go to I think the 13th floor, the inner doors will open, but not the outer doors.
Oh, so it's a numbering issue.
No one quite knows. I just remember going to that floor and the inner doors opening and the outer doors stayed shut, but there were some furry stickers on them, and I was like, all right, it's a known issue.
I just found it funny it was on the 13th floor.
Yeah, there's also the 2016 Furdu incident in the elevator.
Please tell me that wasn't a furry.
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
It was a regular hotel guest.
Oh, aren't they the scumbags?
But almost every year in the same elevator, there's a little emoji, poo emoji, just plush, just sitting in the elevator, and you're like, cool. It's a throwback. Yeah, I've had some interesting parties at Furdu. Like, we egged on a fight that was happening on the street corner, and then they tried to throw their drinks and bottles and shoes at us. But we were like 5 flights up, and they obviously couldn't throw that high.
Oh, the bogans, overestimating what they can and can't do.
Yes, it was 100% a matter of that. They seemed to be very friendly after we egged them on. They went from starting a punch up to like grabbing each other and like throwing shit at us and then just walking away happily. So I feel like we actually solved the problem.
Wow, so like furries became the common enemy of the bogan.
Yes.
Furries versus bogans. What year was that?
That was 2019,
2019.
Which above us we had another bunch of furries. So we had we would have conversations out the window to the party above us.
Oh, con life sounds amazing.
Come on. And they came down and they joined.
So, at Furdu, did you find it was mostly Australians, or were there some international?
There's a lot of international furs at Furdu, but again, because it's an Australian con, there's a lot of Australians, but it's probably the most international of all the cons, which is what's made the cancellation of it quite brutal for a lot of people. It's because they were originally planning on traveling from like the US or Japan.
It was going to be my first con, and boy, oh boy, did I run into some trouble with that one.
Yeah. No, I was really looking forward to Furdu 2020. It was kind of my huge pick-me-up of this year, but apparently not, so...
We're all feeling the crunch, aren't we?
Yes, well, that's COVID for you.
How are you dealing with it?
COVID?
Yeah. What do you do to keep sanity sane? And now that we can't do fur meets, like coffees and whatnot, how do you find you keep in touch with the furry?
I generally don't. Keeping in touch with furries has always been a bit of a difficult thing for me, especially without meets. So for me, it's just been a matter of... more or less just ignoring furries until the next meet happens.
That always works with helping one's sanity during times of isolation.
Well, I mean, I don't think furries like remote is going to help you, because furries remote are like way too horny.
Oh, yeah, this is true.
It's just RP. Do you RP a woo? And it's like, oh, no, please.
We're fine.
I'm a very boring person, so I have not much to talk about.
You have a fursuit that puts you like in the second tier level of furries.
Why?
Because creators are in the top tier.
But still, like, why does it put me at any point? I just spent money on this.
I don't think it's the money aspect. I think it's you got yourself together to the point where you could indeed go through and get a suit. Like, even those that make a suit, they've brought from paper to reality their persona, which for a lot of people is an absolute goal.
Yeah. I mean, if you start wearing like a full fursuit for like an hour, you'll understand why it's not the best goal as you slowly melt to death.
Well, we should do a skiing trip in fursuits.
It's actually doable.
But I'm assuming we get a bit wet by the end of it.
Yeah, no, it works out fine for fursuits. They're actually insulative enough to be thermals.
Oh no, I was more thinking the snow melting. I was like, maybe we Scotch guy and make it hydrophobic.
Doesn't even
really?
You just brush it off.
Oh.
It works fine.
That is going to be a Boozy Tail episode. First ski trip for Boozytails.
Can we make it not in Australia though, because our ski slopes suck?
Well, hopefully we can go to New Zealand.
Yeah, I was about to say New Zealand, Japan, or the Swiss Alps.
Queenstown, New Zealand.
They have really good, like...
They got excellent snow slopes, don't they? And their people are so nice and welcoming. Unless you stay there, then they go, why did you settle here? Go away. We wanted your tourist money, not you to stay.
That's right. We actually had a combined party because at one point they heard us having a party and they asked if they could come down. We're like, yeah.
Oh. It's going to be a lovely noise in the mic. Excellent. Is it better?
I can't tell the difference, to be honest.
Oh, good, because they made it the same. Oh, well, thank you very much for coming on the show.
No problem.
I hope to see a lot more of you. I believe you're helping me with the GoPro.
Yes.
Later on, which is exciting.
Yes.
Did you have fun with that?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm just going to continue saying yes.
Yes, we're at that point of the evening.
Yes.
Where the fursuiter has lost all energy to speak and is resorting to one-word communication.
It's fucking hot.
That's right.
It's like 28 degrees outside right now.
Well, thank you guys for joining the very first episode of Boozytails, and thank you to the wonderful Faxy, whose Twitter account will be linked below, and thank you so much to Otterpower, or Otterart. What is it, Otterart? Otter. Well, it's just Otter?
Otter Power.
Otter Power? Otter Power, who all the artwork you have seen is thanks to him. There will be on this wall an Otter Power Faxy rendition thing that will go here. And everyone that has ever been in that chair will go here. Well, anyone that matters. My housemates don't matter because I live with them and they snore. They don't snore. I snore. Well, I don't snore. There is a snorer. I think it's Jack. If you pan the camera, you can see my dog. He's just chilling.
He's a wonderful dog. He's the reason I come up here.
And with that, thanks guys. Bye.
Bye.